How many basements does it take to escape evil?
13, I believe.
Just 13?
Yes. And you'll meet that psycho in the 13th basement. What's up, makers? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Nate Javier.
And I'm Alan Simpson.
And we are enthusiasts, addicts. We love escape rooms. We love them. And today we just kind of want to do another escape room review. It is spooky season.
Mm-hmm.
And by the time you're seeing this, we're almost to the end, but we want to give a big shout out to our friends Christine and Jeremiah over at Exit Game OC for their beautiful room, 13th basement.
Oh, such a good room.
It was such a good room. And today we want to share with you our review, our thoughts, our deepest desires, and how we enjoyed it and how you can actually go play it yourselves, especially being Halloween time.
Ooh.
I mean, it runs year round, but it's spooky season. Ooh, transition.
13th basement. We start off in the darkness, complete darkness. And what I mean by darkness is that we're blindfolded, definitely. And this isn't the only room that does it, but it's definitely a nice factor to enter or even start a room because you have no idea what's going on until they tell you to take off your blindfolds, which is awesome, honestly.
What's really unique about this room is not only is the set design just immaculate, they did a wonderful job, and maybe we'll just do an interview with them on set design because they built everything themselves. And it is spectacular, but once you're blindfolded, you get locked into one of two rooms and you play to escape a serial killer.
Depending on how many people you have for the room, it's either one or two rooms. Like in this case, when we did it, there was at least 10?
Yeah, about 10
of
people.
Us. And we got separated into 4 rooms.
No, there's still 2.
There's still 2?
You start out with 2. So this is one of those multi-room experiences. So people were in 2 rooms that were kind of connecting, but not. But you had to work together. It was cool.
Right. But like with rooms like that, I love because each room that you get separated into, they have their own separate puzzles. And with these kind of rooms, some riddles and puzzles correlate with puzzles in the other room, but you kind of have a different way to communicate with one another. So you obviously have to find a way to communicate and also find a way to give the answers to the other room or ask the clues from the other room.
What's really neat also is not only just the teamwork environment, but you have to know the story behind it, other than just the stereotypical crazy serial killer decides to take you hostage and you got to escape. So if you actually look at the poster, which I'm going to put right here, it looks like a movie poster, and it looks pretty amazing. It looks like something from a horror film, and if you start reading down in the credits, it's got all sorts of funny little things where it talks about like crawling through tunnels for no reason whatsoever and other jolly good things. This was spectacular because it is not just a horror room, and he likes horror. I don't. I'm still going to throw myself into situations like that because I love escape rooms more than I hate scary. But this is like one of those situations where it's an anti-horror room, where they make fun of the whole horror trope. Not in a tacky, cheesy way, but things are just so overly dramatic where not only do you get involved in the beautiful set design and the story, but if you get startled, you start laughing right afterwards. You're not pooping yourself because you're so scared. You start giggling because it's like, ha ha ha, they got me on that one, which is brilliant. I think it's one of the best ways to show off the horror escape mentality behind everything.
Or depending on who you go with, because I was definitely laughing at the people that got startled startled.
That's true too. We played this at 2 separate times. If you go back and want to play again, you can, and you can tell them, hey, I'm back to play again. What can you do for me? You're either going to get a really good discount, or if you're really nice and not a Karen, you're going to actually play again for free. But if you're really nice and they really like you, you might be able to watch your group from behind the scenes, like I did to him. Watching from the control room was really cool, and you get a better appreciation. And that's what we'll do with them behind the scenes. You get a better appreciation for the work that goes into these kinds of things. So the story is you get captured by this psycho killer who is maniacally laughing at his own plans, and you go through, you're trying to escape. It's got some twists and turns you're not expecting. It's extremely unique because you're going to be trying to solve it. You feel like so much time has passed, and yet it's the normal hour-long escape room, and we do recommend you have a good group for it.
I feel like this was a multi-linear room, which is probably one of our favorite kind of rooms to do. So you can just disperse and then come together, find and resolve the puzzle, resolve the clue, just get the answer. The set design though, man, I don't know if there was actually 13 rooms in there, but it definitely did feel like a basement vibe where there was definitely creepy doors, darkness, red light, you know, just something you would expect to see in a basement, and also the little creepy vibe, creepy noises, or noises you don't expect to hear when you're down there. There's also some nice artwork, and the artwork was nice. The set design was kind of like a house in a way, where it was a night, like, especially if you progress forward into the room, there's this nice long hallway that definitely gives people the creeps.
And as you go through, the puzzles are very intuitive. That's the other thing, is the puzzle flow was, I don't want to say the P word because nothing will ever be. Instead, the puzzles are very intuitive and make light work of trying to figure out where your next step is. Not only do you start in 2 rooms and you can join together again later, but each puzzle felt like you can get involved in it. And my favorite puzzle in there, which is the one thing that they ask you not to reveal to anyone, and we are not going to, is in one of the rooms, and it is one of the trickiest forms of communication you'll ever go through. That's all we can say about that. But it is such a clever puzzle, and I give them major accolades for it. Even though they're like, this, and this, I did like this, but it doesn't matter. It's you have to appreciate it. If you love escape rooms, or if you want to get into it, appreciate puzzle construction, and that one was brilliant. I think the other unique thing about this escape room is Jeremiah and Christine are all about promoting and not just keeping a secret, where when you go to an escape room, you sign the waivers, you feel like you're signing an NDA. What's really cool is they encourage you, and this is the first time in like the 140 something rooms I've done already, where they encourage you to take selfies, take video, share your experience on social media, minus 1 or 2 puzzles in there because they don't want to ruin any twists and turns. But it's like, I mean, you guys have seen some of the B-roll so far. This is all from their group, or our group playing, and I captured a little bit of Alan in there. But they encourage you to take video of it and share it across all of social media, which is so cool because it's like you want to keep something sacred, but you want to share the experience and how much fun you had at this room.
It was a solid room with excellent puzzles, very, very creative set design, funny way of ending the room.
Pretty great.
It's so funny. This is a very nice, spacious kind of this escape room, so I'd say a group of between 4 and 6.
Yeah, I'd agree with between 4 and 6. You do kind of want. I played it with 4 people. Our group, when it was 10 people, split 5 and 5. It was a little tough doing it with 4, but we actually managed to do it. I think that maybe 6 to 8 would be a better count,
especially if it's your first time, and or this is maybe your top or very first 5 rooms, I should say, and you're starting to get into groove. Yeah, you definitely want to, especially if you're going with people that have never done one, or just have as much experience as you do.
And okay, Alan, what do you think on the overall fun scale of 1 to 5 magnifying glasses? What do you think?
Oh, that's all 5 for me.
All 5?
All 5 for me.
I'd give them a 5. This is definitely a room where I keep recommending people to go, and I keep trying to get people to go. It's a great place for beginners because they start learning how a good escape room is, kind of like how it flows. And we actually had some beginners when we took our group. It's good for an intermediate and advanced because there's some other kind of puzzles in there that kind of scratch your brain, and that's what you want. So yeah, I'd agree. 5 out of 5. Okay, and difficulty level? Out of 1 to 5 locks.
I'd say like maybe 2.5, 3. That's all. I'm just going off my experience, but yeah. I mean, some of the puzzles are a lot of puzzles were very nice, very easy, and then some puzzles where I'm like, wait a minute, I feel stupid.
Yeah. I'd agree. I'd say 3 locks on difficulty because it's not easy, but it's not like you're sitting there with 10 Sudoku puzzles, forever. I hate those things. But like it's like a good moderate amount of difficulty, a good medium to hard room. So I'd say, yeah, 3 locks on that. Good on you, Exit Game OC. Good on you.
I salute you.
Well, that's it. That's our little review on Exit Game OC's game, 13th Basement. When you go, let them know Nate and Alan sent you and say hi to them. We're going to actually leave in the description down below a link to their website. Book them while you can, especially since we're in spooky season. It's a lot of fun. Bring your friends, and even if it's not spooky season, go. And I heard it from a little birdie. They have a new game coming out pretty soon, and it could be a replayable escape room.
Replayable, you say? Oh.
But nobody knows for sure.
Okay.
So you guys should definitely check that out. We appreciate it. Let us know what kind of rooms that we can review for you in the future, and if our grading scale is just right, if you have played it before. Thank you guys so much for watching.
And of course, if you ever want to do a room with us, please let us know. We would love to meet you, and we would love to, just escape a room with a lovely person like you. And on that note, yeah, if you click right here, it's that lovely playlist that we made just for you.
And if you smack this bottom link, it's a video YouTube thinks you should watch next. Thank you guys so much for watching. Remember, keep making that magic.